Hello everybody, my name is Wolfkin, and welcome to Unturned 3.0. I'm playing on Germany right now. This is my first YouTube video, other than the animations I did a while ago. So, well, wish me luck. Alright, so we're playing on normal today. So, no cheats, nothing. And we're just gonna start from there. So, let's get started. So I've been playing Unturned for a long time. Back when it was in 2.5.5, before the overhaul update. So I know my basic updates. I know how the game works. I know the basics. But I am not a mortal. I am not a god, so I'm going to die a lot. I might as well just call this episode Unturned. I'm going to be dead a lot. Or like Unturned, death does not stop. I don't know. I'll keep making them up as I go. Oh, I got it. Unturned. Death is not optional. Ooh, a Luger. Alright. Ammo do you take? Civilian, alright. Well, there we go. We got our first ammo. So I know I was doing this earlier. Punching these gives you 1 experience. Shooting them gives you 1 experience. Playing about everything on ultra high, one of the two. Oh shit! To be honest, my problem with this game is it's not the zombies that kill me. It's always my disease. I can never find enough medicine. I always will get hit once by a zombie, then my disease will just rapidly go down, and then it'll be the end of me. I mean, I've never usually had problems against zombies, and I don't usually do horde beacons unless I absolutely need to, because the amount of ammo wasted is usually not worth the effort. Unless I'm doing a quest. Alright. I'm just gonna drop this because fuck those. I don't need them. Alright, so my primary is a Schofield. Not high damage, but it'll work. Ooh, right now, what I'm looking for is not just rely on bullets. Anything. A cleaver, come on. Yeah, you're probably questioning why would I check an oven? Well, the item spawns, they're not 100% normal, because you could find a cleaver inside the fridge. Because of how Nelson makes the maps. And he does a pretty good job at it, organizing it, but still, you know. Just rather just find a cleaver in the oven and use that than just using my bare fist and punching the thing in the face and getting bit in the wrist or something like that. I don't know. So I guess day 1 is just scavenge. Today's my scavenge. Scavenge for food. And there's a reason why I'm picking up the bad food and the good food, because you can turn things into seeds. And with seeds, what I can do is perfect. Alright. This is the part where I run. Jesus. Okay. Almost died. We are not off to a good start. Let me get my health up. Okay. Yeah, it's okay to shake, my friend. You barely survived the first 5 minutes. I'm gonna be that one person that at the start of the zombie apocalypse, I'm gonna last for like maybe 3 minutes, and then I'm just gonna drop dead. Alright, so, got armor. I've got a melee weapon. I'm just gonna salvage this. Got a butcher's knife. And I just get a... Alright. I know if your stuff is over 100, you'll regenerate health, and you get skill points by... killing zombies, cutting down trees, doing anything that gives you experience. They're experience points, but I call them skill points. It really does not matter. Ironically, I'm taking a German class for school, so maybe I'll just speak some random German words. I'll probably say something half offensive that I have no idea what I'm saying, and if I do, I am sorry. But whatever. Now, I understand that a lot of this stuff can't be turned into seeds, like bread, but you can hold on to them for good reason. So I'll explain my motives when I die with the items, or if I get to make a base. Now, back in the old days of 2.5.5, if you played this game, what would happen is it was hard, very hard. It was super hard, super long, super complicated. It was complicated to build because, well, you had to build so many extra parts. So Nelson just decided we're gonna revamp the crafting system. We're gonna make it easier, so it's not as much of a stress on the player. So he did, and it usually costs 3 logs to build what you need. Now that's not realistic, but you know, I'd rather not spend 5 hours trying to build a floor. Like actual real life hours, not in game hours. No, I mean real life hours. 5 hours. It was hard. See, my old tactic was when you played this game, you really only have 2 options here. When you go through it, to build a base, what I would do back in 2.5 is your inventories would transfer over. There was two arenas. So there was Arena, it was Monolith, and then there was Canada, which was PEI and stuff like that. Prince Edward Island. So because all your items transfer over, what I would do is I would get a lot of food from the deer and stuff on Monolith. I would spend all of my time building a base on Monolith of food and stuff. I'd get all my gear prepped up. I'd grab food and water. I'd swap over to the Prince Edward Island. I'd fight around for a bit, get a tiny base set on top of the airport, because you could climb up the airport hangar base. You could just walk right up them. So I'd had like pillar walls there, barricades, fortifications, and that was my homestead. I stayed there and I didn't leave unless I had to. And if I needed food or water, I'd swap over to the other save. Now, it was a good tactic, mind you, but if I was bleeding out or something, and I swapped to the save and I didn't have a bandage on me, I was as good as dead. So, if I was about to die, I'd also swap over to the other side. So I drop all my stuff right next to spawn and I wouldn't have to worry about that stuff. Now, mind you, that's like cheating the system, but hey, that was the 2.55 days of survival. It was hard as hell. If I was to go later on today, eventually I might do it later, like a little episode extra if I get enough subscribers, or if I get 100 episodes in, or 50 or 25, or I reach a milestone. What I'll do is I'll go back and I'll play 2.5.5 for a full day. I'll get about 5 episodes of it, and if everyone likes it, I'll continue playing on it, and then I'll continue between this episode and the main episode, and we'll just keep swapping back and forth. Because frankly, I think that'd be fun to show you guys what I went through back when I was there. Because I know that many famous many famous old and turned YouTubers were back in the Dead Zone, Roblox version. My God, Cancer. Not really. The game wasn't Cancer, but Roblox is. And the old 1.0 version of the game where everything was very simple. But, you see, I never played that, and I know it's on here as like a little Easter egg that Nelson put on, like, hey, you guys want to play this version? Go right ahead. Here you go. I've saved it for you guys. I think you guys should try it out. So I have never actually tried it out, but I know that was before Nelson could get the vehicles working and unturned. I was here probably about 4 months after, well, before he updated to 3.0, and to be honest, I was on. No, hear me out. This is quite funny, and I frankly was amazed at this, and a lot of people were amazed at it. Nelson was amazed at it when I talked to him, because he did do help with Steam support, because I've talked to him at least one time. I had, brace yourselves, a Windows XP laptop. All right, it didn't work very well. Part of the screen was busted. The top part of the monitor was about to come off any second. I was a rough kid. When I got mad, I punched stuff. So that was my smashing machine. It was my only computer I ever had. It's still here today. I still have it. It's not broken. It would play 2.5, 0.5, and 25 frames. Less than 25. It would lag around 10. Alright? I could play that. I loved it. I loved the game. It was amazing. But when 3.0 Early Access came out, it actually ran it. Like, I was genuinely shocked. 3.0, the Early Access they did with the Operation Maple Leaf and everything, it actually ran it, and it had great frames. I loved it. I was like, holy hell, that is amazing! Because Windows XP laptop, and it worked. I didn't have any upgrades or anything, it was just normal Windows XP laptop, nothing new. It was like, it would always shock me, because that's never ever happened when I play a game for so long on a shit computer and it works. So time comes by and I'm playing on it. I love the new update. I love the Canada map you made. I love how I had the little Prince Edward Island Easter egg. It updates to 3.0 entirely. And for the first 2 to 3 months, I'm sitting sad as hell because, yeah, the game got optimizations, but all of a sudden, the game would crash on launch with my Windows XP. And I thought, if the early access was running the same way as the new version is, then why is my game crashing? It wasn't. It was an updated version of Unity, and my thing just jumped out of the system. I was devastated. I mean, I was sad. Because it was my childhood, pretty much. I lived in a neighborhood to where you didn't really get to do a lot of stuff. I had friends across the street, but they weren't always home. So, that was it. It was one friend, and I lived in, like, this little circle. You go down this road, and it's got a little circle at the end. You know those places. But I'd go through that, and I'd have nothing to do. And my uncle decided to give me his Windows XP laptop. I found Unturned within the first day of getting Steam. So, I played Unturned for a while, and I loved it. I, honest to God, loved it. Once Unturned stopped working, I went to the horrible community fan base of Minecraft. Now, Minecraft itself is a great game, and to be honest, there is nothing wrong with it. Anyone who says Minecraft is dumb or stupid is probably talking about the fandom more or less than the game. The game was made by some high schoolers doing a school project, and it became to grow this big community, which is absolutely astounding to know that things like that can happen. You see, most people, YouTube was the end of Minecraft. It really downfalled it because you had a lot of these channels that did a lot of stupid things, and YouTube's going through that stupid stuff right now with a lot of stupid things, where if you don't put out videos every single day that's like 20 minutes long, you don't get it on the front page anymore. And that's stuff like why PewDiePie isn't such a great channel anymore. No offense to Pewds, love to be a bro, but you gotta think about it. People can't, we're not machines, we can't make content every single day and put it out all of our lives, especially some of our new YouTubers. We can start off like I am, or Markiplier did, with maybe only 100 subs, releasing once every 3 days, or maybe 2 episodes a day, and that's what they want. But when you get to a bigger fan base, it's harder to do that, because then you've got to manage trying to make your videos look better for more audiences and all that stuff, and you don't get to your roots. And then there gets the point where you take your things for granted. I've done it before. Other people have done it before. I can guarantee that if you've owned a YouTube channel and you've gotten a pretty high amount of subs, you've at least almost, or you have taken it for granted at least one time. Or taken a family for granted, your parents, your brothers and sisters, children, whatever. You've taken them for granted, your friends. It happens to everyone. We're human, we're not perfect. We're people, we're just people. So, it's hard. It's very hard for people. And I understand that I've probably been ranting here for about 14 minutes now, when right now you're just probably, it's like a commentary video where I'm just commentating and playing this game. So I'm gonna stop with the whole life lessons because I'm just a kid. I'm not even 17 years old yet, not even 16. I don't have any right to invade someone's life or tell them how their life should be done. So I'm not going to. I'm gonna stop the conversation now, and we're just gonna play some Unturned, alright? So, anyways, after all of my little epilogue I spouted out, Unturned is a survival game that was made by Nelson Slaxton. I'll never get it right. Played by this guy named Nelson. He did it 16 years old. Now he's like probably 18, 19, I think it is. Or 21, 22. 5-year anniversary, I think. Or 3-year, one of the two. I'm getting confused with games. Anyways. And he made this game, and it works. It's awesome. It rocks. So, let's get back onto the game. So, what I'm planning on doing is, if you have not played this game, your main objective really is survive as long as you can. Survive forever if you can. I've done it before. In 2.5.5, I had a save file that I've never died on. Never once. Because I learned how to play the game. This game, it's really, how to explain this? It's like Dark Souls in a way. It's punished. You are punished if you don't know what you're doing. You can start in this game right in front of the town like I did, and you can die in the first 5 seconds. And I'm not gonna lie. The first time I played this game, I got off it and I hated it. And then I get on about 2 days later, and I actually sit there for about 3 hours, dying every 3 minutes, trying to learn how to play. And then I finally get started, and then I actually get on the roll of things. If you don't have any clue what you're doing, you will die. I'm not sugarcoating it. You will die over and over and over and over again. No matter how hard the difficulty is, no matter how hard the boss spawns are, no matter how close you are to making it, you will die. It's no simple fact. It's just point blank obvious. You will die. You will die many times, and there's not much you can do about it. The only thing you can do is practice makes perfect. So you practice and you make perfect. I'm not 100% perfect. I'll never be perfect, but I do know what I want to do, and I have my set objectives when I play this game. I pick up my little mouse and my Steam Xbox controller and whatever the hell I'm doing, and I set my objective. My objective today for this episode is to get a working car, a spare tire, and maybe, if I'm lucky enough, find a gas can, or make one. I've already got a working car. It doesn't have a lot of gas. I don't have a gas can yet, but I have a socket wrench. Ooh. And I have a steely wheelie. Socket wrenches allows you to remove tires from vehicles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some tires from this taxi. So if I pop a tire, I can just take it. Now a lot of these ingredients I know I picked up and now I'm dropping them, but it's just because I don't have enough purification tablets for them. So I'm just going to eat my food, all that stuff. Now I have Workshop add-ons installed. This game works with Workshop, Steam Workshop. You can upload custom content. So I have some stuff that usually is in the game. I can point out what isn't usually in the game for you guys, so at least you know what you have and don't have. Oh, that's my cat. And all that stuff. Now, by default, the game comes with the socket wrench and the tires, but when we get further in the series, I'll start adding stuff and I'll point it out to you guys, and you guys can ask questions about the game and all that stuff, about like what's in the game and what isn't. Alright, do I have 4 tires in this car? Yes, I do. Okay. So I've got a car, I've got tires, 2 spare tires, I've got a steely wheelie, which I probably don't even need in single player, but I know you can find some locked cars. And I've got a socket wrench, which has unlimited uses. So, the speedometer with the yellow line is my gas. The purple one is my speed. The purple, the miles per hour, by default, it's set to the metric system. You have to go in options and click Imperium. The vehicle health is health. When it gets to around 20%, the vehicle starts smoking. 10% starts smoking really bad, and by 0% catches on fire. When a vehicle catches on fire, it is not unsavable. If you can pull out a blowtorch before it explodes and heal it up to any HP, it'll stop burning. It'll stop the explosion process and everything. It won't explode. The top is battery. Now, battery is an interesting concept. I don't know how to explain it. When you drive the car around, the battery charges. When you leave the lights on in the car, the battery will still charge. But when you get out of the car and leave the lights on, the battery drains. When the battery reaches 0, the car won't start. Now, what's supposed to happen is, apparently, Nelson originally had a plan to where if you're driving the car and the battery shuts off, or you run out of battery, which you're supposed to be able to apparently, but I guess there's no possible way to use it all up. What happens is you can still drive the car if you have gas, but once you get out or stop the car entirely, it won't start again. The spark plugs won't work, pretty much. So I'm about to run out of gas. I don't know where I'm heading. Right now I'm just following this road. I know that's the dam, so I'm probably towards the bottom of the map. So I'm just gonna head deeper down as far as I can go. So I guess when the car runs out of gas and the car stops, I'll think of my options, and I might just continue for the nearest town or building or fine, just follow the road. Now, when it gets to 0%, it doesn't mean it's entirely out of gas. That means you have 0% extra left, so you can still drive on 0. Now it's empty. Alright, off-road's pretty good. Sleeping bag, that's a bedroll. If I die, I can respawn right there. If you die, you lose some experience, but not all. Let me think here. Vaccine is very rare to get. It's it's rare on the materials list anyways. What it does is you give yourself a shot of it, gives you 80% vaccine back. Now here's how the system works, because it might be confusing. You might think, oh, well, shouldn't vaccine percent be 0, disease thing be 0, so you have 0 infectivity? No. Health 100%, you've got 100% health. Food and water 100% means you're full, you're stuffed, you're saturated. Disease 100% means you're not sick at all, you're in perfectly healthy condition. The bar, the little shock thing, that's your stamina. When that goes down to 0, you can't run anymore and you can't jump. It takes about 10 to jump, and then if you upgrade stamina all the way, it takes 5 to jump. That little bubbles is oxygen. You go underwater, when that reaches 0, you'll start losing health until it regenerates up. When you snipe, you lose oxygen, and once the oxygen reaches 0, you can't hold the scope steady anymore. Now, because of air pressure, if you don't have a pyropilot's mask and you go up too high in the atmosphere, your oxygen will start to drain too. So you can suffocate in air all the way up there, which is possible. I don't think you can go up to the top of that mountain and not suffocate, but you get the gist. So my plan is I'm gonna go for about half an hour. So when I get to the top of this mountain or get to a good location, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna place my sleeping bag, and record episode 2, and then I'm gonna upload episode 1, 2, and maybe 3 at the same time. Because I don't have good internet speed for uploading, so it'll take me a while, so I might have episodes like once every day, because I'll have to record like 20 episodes, and then it'll be one episode one day, because it'll probably take a while to upload. Alright. Alright, you can see my friends list, all these people. Alright, this looks like a seed bank. I know there isn't a seed bank in Germany, but there was a seed bank that talks about in school. Oh, now you see glue. Glue's a good crafting material, but what better way to use it than drink it? You can drink glue for food and water, but it gives you a hallucination, like this one. My W key is making me go backwards. This is W, this is A, this is D, this is S. Oh, it fixes itself. You can get hallucinations from eating berries, and you can get hallucinations from getting glue. But if you upgrade your resistance and vitality all the way, immunity, you won't get hallucinations from that stuff. You won't get any ever, and I think that's good. But it's a little unfair. I mean, you should. There's always a chance to get high in real life by eating hot fruit. You can't always just gain immunity to everything by upgrading one skill. But the game's gotta have its unrealistics. Shit. That is a flamer zombie. If you shoot him, he explodes into fire. I'm just gonna... Nelson recently, quite a while ago, upgraded the game to where any sounds that the fire makes, reloading, crafting, actually will alert zombies. So... yeah. Oh, yeah, this little flame thing effect spreads if a zombie... He's a rare spawn. Spawn nonetheless. I'm more worried about the acid zombies because those things chew me up and kill me down. If I'm gonna die, it's usually by those things. That is my weakness, the acid fighters. Because they spit up acid and they hurt 10 health per second, and it goes health, 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 health. So in less than 10 seconds, you're dead. It's hard. I don't need a splint. Now, if you eat foods under 50%, a little bit under 50%, there's a chance that you can lose disease. I lost a little from that. I'm just gonna drink and eat because I need my stuff up, and I have medicine to combat it. But you can still lose disease from it. Keys are for handcuffs. You can craft ammo boxes together. Prisoner bottoms. I'm just gonna scrap those. If I have room for them. Yeah. Alright. My objective, I guess, for right now, because I don't have a car anymore, my objective is just to get a good amount of resources for nighttime. Because once you get to nighttime, there is a chance, and I hope it's not the chance that starts now. There's Full Moon Horde. What it is at a full moon, zombies will have these red-like eyes, and they are twice as powerful, twice as strong, twice as fast, and they do twice as damage. They spawn almost instantly. That's why it's called Full Moon Horde. And in one of the update logs in his Trello page, Nelson said that on Full Moon Hordes, if he can get a full world navigational mess going, what it is at the start or early parts of the game, zombies will spawn in the cities, and then eventually they'll walk out in the countryside, and then on full moon nights, if they know where your base is, you'll get attacked at your base. So it's like 7 Days to Die. It gets progressively harder as the nights go on. And then you have to be ready for the horde, or else you die. It's 7 days to die. But you see, this horde can happen in the middle of the night, or in the middle of the week, or it can happen on the very first night. And you best hope it's not on the first night. Because if you ain't ready, you dead. You no sugarcoating it. You dead, son. You better be a praying man, because you'll be dead. Now, I'm crafting a lot of bandages more than someone should, because I know I'm not careful, and I know I'm not smart, so... Alright. So you can't place seeds here. I wish you could, but apparently that doesn't count as soil. I don't need fertilizer, it makes stuff insta-grow, but I'll have time to have stuff naturally. Oh, by the way, I'm just gonna say this now, I guess, as another tip. Tricks to surviving with Wolfkin. Tips with Wolfkin. Dude. When you have a melee weapon, left click is your normal attack. It's a fast attack. It allows you to get fast. Right click is a stronger, powerful attack. It takes, if you look at the bottom where the stamina is, it takes stamina to use a power attack. Power attacks usually do twice as much damage, or about like 1.5 more damage. So, not a lot, but still decent. All that stuff. Alright, it's getting nighttime. I'm gonna take my last look around for clothing, rope, tape, all that jazz. I'm gonna keep my food and water up. Now, I know this seems like a waste, but for this game, if you can get a good farm going, you can waste food. But remember, you can't get too greedy. Because, see, if I have a lot of food, I usually go, if it's close to 70, eat up, drink up. If I don't have a lot of food, if it's close to 20, eat up, drink up. I have limits because I don't want to worry about being starving all the time or having too much food that when I grow more food, I don't have any room for it. So it does have its own checks and balances. I love to have overstocked food because overstocked food is always great, but I don't want it to be, I have 20 cabinets, every single one is full of potatoes. No one wants that. No one wants 20 cabinets full of potatoes. And if you do, I respect you because I love potatoes. I'm not gonna lie. I love me some potatoes. I will eat all those potatoes. I don't care. Potatoes are good. Like, I'll eat a bunch of potatoes today. A lot of starch, a lot of that. Gotta get all that starch. But you can have too much. In this game right now, you can't. You can't throw up from eating too much food. In fact, I could sit here and eat food for 20 minutes in-game, and it would not matter. But I'm guessing later on it's going to go on to something similar to the game, what's it called? Subnautica, where if you eat too much food, you'll barf. You'll lose your blood loss, or you'll pretty much vomit. And you'll throw up, and then you'll get hurt, or whatever. So, that game's way more realistic in resource management than this one is. But it does have its limits, because if eating like 5 little tiny bits of berry fruit makes you throw up, then I don't understand how I can eat 10 watermelons and not throw up sometimes. So, you know, you get your limits. Alright, well, my first night, doing pretty well. I'm gonna put my sleeping bag here, claim it. I'm gonna use my cleaver to cut down a tree. I'm gonna speed this part up for me. Forget it. You know what? I'm just gonna end the episode right here. It's sundown. I'm gonna end the episode right now. It's sundown. So thank you guys for watching my very first Unturned episode, and pretty much my first official YouTube video, minus the animations because I don't think they're good. And I'll see you guys next time. So I'll just leave you at this amazing